What's going on, guys? It's Wafers, and welcome back to the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. It's episode 58, and today we will be ending off the transfer window and playing our first few games in the Premier League this season. But before we get to that, I wanted to show you the league table. Just take a look at who we're going to be playing this season. Arsenal, Aston Villa, Brighton, Burnley, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Derby County came up, Everton, Fulham, Leeds United, then Leicester, Liverpool, Man City, Man U, Newcastle, us, as well as Sheffield United, Spurs, West Brom, and Wolves. I believe we played all of these teams so far in our 2 seasons in the Premier League, except Derby County. They are a new addition and haven't been in the Premier League while we have been up here so far. So we'll get to play them for the first time in the Premier League later this season. Before we have to get into some transfer offers, here you'll see I was negotiating a loan deal for Evans and then rejecting a offer for Hopkins and an offer for Thomas. I'm not looking to sell Thomas. I'm more looking to loan him out and get him experience rather than sell him and get rid of him. Our first game for this Premier League season is up against Brighton at the Rodney Parade. Brighton, always a pretty tough team for us to deal with. They just seem to have our number, but we get off to a hot start in this one. Telford in on goal. He's going to finesse it into the back of the net to put us up 1-0 and score our first Premier League goal of the season. Obviously, we were able to score in the Community Shield, but this is our first Prem game, and Telford picks up the first goal of the season. Only a couple minutes later, though, Brighton would come forward, and it's Hernandez with some good dribbling. He gets it inside, and Mina hits the post. It goes off of Shepherd, and then Beltran is able to finish that one. An unlucky goal, but it is tied, which means that we have to try to go get our lead back. We were able to do so in the 30th minute. Telford in on goal once again. He grabs his second of the game, just sliding it past the keeper into the bottom right corner. A really accurate shot there from Telford. Nice to see from him get off to a hot start in the league. And then still in the first half, right before halftime, Brighton comes forward again, looking to get equal once again, and it's Beltran down this right hand side. He's going to pass it inside, and they end up getting Hernandez into the box. He's going to pass our defenders and score that one. Really nothing I could do about that. That was just some great play from him, and Brighton picks up the 2-2 draw after they score that equalizer at the end of the first half. We then get an offer for Ibrahim Marsh, another giant offer, this one from Barcelona. We do end up rejecting that one. We're not looking to get rid of him at all. And then we see that our loan agreement for Evans has gone through. At least West Ham's part has. They do agree to the 1-year loan. So we'll get him out, hopefully, and get him some experience. And then it is time to go into the Super Cup. Barcelona, the Champions League winner. We are the Europa League winner. And this one would start off half an hour in with Barcelona coming forward, working down this left-hand side. They get Dembele into the box, and just some amazing dribbling from Dembele. He puts it into the corner, and we are down 1-0. Jumping into the second half, about 15 minutes after the restart, and we're trying to find our first real chance of the game. It's Andia over to Levitt. Levitt inside to Reese. And then Reese is going to slide this one through to Levitt, who hits Jenkins, and Jenkins hits the back of the net. It's a really nice goal, a really nice worked passing movement right there, and we're able to get level with Barcelona in the Super Cup. And with about half an hour left, we jump forward now, 15 minutes left to go, and Alex Brown is going down this left-hand side. He's going to find Jenkins in on goal, and he's going to chip Ter Stegen. A really nice finish there from Lee Jenkins as he beats the Barcelona keeper with a brilliant chip. Ter Stegen took a couple steps out, which is why I thought, I might be able to get the chip here, and Jenkins is able to execute it, and we go up 2-1 over Barcelona. We then come forward with a couple minutes to go, looking to seal the game and get our third goal. Mola down this right-hand side. He's going to get to Volks. Volks over to Levitt. Levitt gets it inside to Reese, who hits Jenkins, and a beautiful finesse shot there. Nothing the keeper could do. That one started outside of the post and curved back inside. Ter Stegen had no chance once again, and were able to beat Barcelona 3-1 behind a second half hat trick from Lee Jenkins. He scored, I believe, in the 65th, the 79th, and the 88th minute, somewhere around there, to help us get the victory. Our defense was fantastic in the second half. In the first half, we had some problems covering players like Dembele, who were sort of just getting in behind and causing a little bit of havoc. But in the second half, we were able to hold strong, and it's going to be Alex Wynn raising this trophy, raising the Super Cup as we beat Barcelona. And this is a really good sign for our team. Not only were we able to, get this trophy, which now makes it our 4th trophy in 4 episodes of the career mode, but it also shows that we can compete with big teams like Barcelona, which gives me hope for the Champions League. Obviously we won the Europa League last season and we won the Premier League, but the Champions League is a whole different animal, and beating Barcelona just shows that we can hang with these big teams. We can beat them, and maybe we can go on some kind of Champions League run. We'll have to see when we get there. Evans has been loaned out, as you can see there, and we will then head into our next game against Burnley. This one is going to be at the Turf Moor, so traveling to Burnley, and we were trying to get off to a fast start in this one. Telford gets over to Marsh. Marsh is going to pass it over to Rollins, and Rollins cuts inside, and he's going to finesse it around the keeper into the bottom right corner, and Rollins picks up the first goal of the game with a nice little finesse shot there. I love when he cuts inside from that left-hand position, and he's able to finesse it around the keeper. A really good move, sort of Hopkins' patented move, but Rollins seems to have stolen it in the off-season and is now implementing it into his game this season. A couple minutes later, and we would come forward again, looking to double our lead. Marsh in the midfield, just getting some space. He's going to hit Coughlin, who gets it to Rollins and into Telford. Eventually, this one would end up back at the feet of Telford, and he is just automatic at this point. He is hitting the back of the net with everything through these first couple of games, and he scores another goal. This one puts us up 2-0 on Burnley, doubles our lead, but we jump forward into, I believe this is stoppage time, and off of a corner, it's Conlon. He's going to try to go for it, is not able to get to it, but we were able to get the rebound. Telford working it on down this left-hand side. He picks out the run of Marsh, and Marsh, with a nice little toe finish, is able to put us up 3-0 at the half. A really nice goal there by Marsh, able to find that space in behind the defenders, and Telford finds the pass. Into the second half now, and Rollins would find himself in on goal. He's going to finish this one with his left foot this time, just a power shot across goal, and he puts us up 4-0 on Burnley. So a pretty convincing performance here against Burnley at the Turf Moor. We pick up the 4-0 win and get the 3 points in that one. After that game, we get an offer for a loan for Allen, and we are going to delegate this one to try to just make it a 1-year loan. Brentford wants to take him down to the Championship, and I'd be totally fine with that if we can make it happen, get him some playing time. They do agree to the 1-year loan, so now we just have to see if he will accept it. Hopefully he does. Potential to be special, but just doesn't have a place in our squad right now. I feel like we need to get him that permanent playing time, which he'll get down in the Championship. I think he's high enough overall to get into the Brentford side. So hopefully that goes through, and we can do that. We then get an offer for Nico Williams from Bayer Leverkusen, £41 million for our right back. We will be rejecting that. He's a key part of the team, a good piece of our defense. And then we can see Allen has been loaned out. He is going to Brentford, and hopefully he grows a lot while he's there. Our next game in the Premier League is up against Leeds. We're playing this one at the Rodney Parade, and we would try to get the first goal in this game. Coming forward, and it's going to be Bennett looking for Marsh. He's able to pick him out. Then Marsh playing down this left-hand side we're able to work it back into the middle to Bennett, and then he's able to get around the defender and pick out a nice pass to Telford, who turns and shoots near post and is able to beat the keeper. About 10 minutes into the game, we are already up 1-0 in this one, taking another early lead in these games, which is something I like to see. We've struggled at points with giving up the first goal and having to work our way back into games. When we're able to get that first goal and get our feet under us, we're much better, and I feel like it just opens up the play much more. We're able to add a second here with Bennett in the first half, putting us up 2-0 over Leeds in this one. A nice little finish from Bennett, and we were just exploiting the space between the Leeds defenders in that one. In the second half now, Hopkins would find Telford on a nice run. He gets into the box, and he is just hitting the back of the net constantly. Scores another goal here, takes a little bow. He deserves it with his performance through the first couple of games. He has just started the season off right. But Leeds would not give up in this one. They wanted to see if they could maybe get back into this one late on. It's going to be Roberts into Ferguson, and eventually they would get this one back with a little bit of luck right there. Ferguson hits Antiste, and he's going to find the back of the net to bring it to a 2-goal deficit, 3-1. And then with about 10 minutes left to go, they would get another opportunity here. Richards is unable to clear this one. They get it back into the box, and eventually they would get a shot off here. It's going to be Ferguson feeding Antiste again, and with another failed clearance, Roberts would end up with the ball, and Roberts finishes it. We would hold on, though, and get the 3-2 win over Leeds to grab another 3 points in the league. And then we go into a game against Aston Villa, an Aston Villa team that looks very scary on paper. They have some very good players. They've done a great job in the transfer windows so far, building up this team, but we were just on fire in this one. 20 minutes in, and we would get our first chance. Williams crossed it in, and Jenkins, who got the start in this game. I did say I would rotate them in and out a little bit. Jenkins gets the start, and Jenkins gets a goal. He's able to put us up 1-0 with a nice little volley past the keeper off that cross. 35 minutes in, Marsh would whip this one in, looking for Conlon. Conlon would get up, and he heads it home and gets us a goal there. I believe that's Conlon's first header goal for us off a corner. Usually we have Alex Wynn on those, but obviously since Wynn is now on the bench, we needed a new guy to target for our corners, and I decided Conlon was the best option. He's very tall, he's got good heading and good jumping, and he's able to score one there. And then a couple minutes before the end of the first half, Jenkins would get in on goal, and he would bag his second of the game, putting that one past the keeper. So a really nice first start in the league for Lee Jenkins, but we would look to add on to our lead in the second half as well. 63 minutes in, and it's Volks down this right hand side. He pushes off the defender, hits it, and it's back of the net. His first goal for the club, I believe, or at least his first goal in the Premier League. And it's really nice to see Lee Volks getting involved, using his strength in that one. He just pushed the defender right off and is able to finish that one to put us up 4-0. And then with about 5 minutes to go, Telford's on off the bench, and he has one thing on his mind, that's scoring goals. He's able to get another one, put us up 5-0 over Aston Villa, and I was expecting this one to be a very close game, just looking at their team on paper, but once we got into it, we were just able to dissect them on the offensive end, and our defense held up well. We were able to keep a clean sheet in this one. Into transfer deadline day, and we do get one interesting offer here. Harry Coughlin, £45 million from Real Madrid. Obviously, we will not be selling him, but I think that's pretty telling of his quality that Real Madrid are trying to sign him already. Looking through some of the signings around the league, and there were a bunch of teams that did big business. Chelsea switched up their squad quite a lot. Derby spent some money in their first year in the Premier League. You had teams like Fulham and Everton get involved. Most teams made some big moves this transfer window. Liverpool made a lot of big moves. Man City sold De Bruyne and Umtiti, brought in some offensive help. Manchester United switching out some players as well, and just a lot of turnover in the league. As you can see, we spent £70 million, only got back 1.7, but I think that money was well spent and those players will be well worth it. So a lot of movement here in the Premier League this season. We'll have to see how these new teams play out. The top deal is Kimmich to Tottenham, and the second top deal is Ndombele to Man City. So Spurs lose Ndombele to Man City, but then replace him with Kimmich. Pretty good replacement if you ask me. And then obviously Man City brought in Ndombele to replace De Bruyne. We'll have to see how those teams are shaping up when we do play them and see their new lineups. Taking a look at the youth squad briefly, and we have some decent players in here still. Cook looks pretty good, and then our center forward also looks pretty decent. But we are going to get into the last game for this episode. We are taking on Crystal Palace in this one. Crystal Palace, typically near the bottom of the league. I think they've survived relegation a couple times, but they've been pretty close to it. So I was expecting this one to go pretty well, but early on they got into the box here, and Shepherd makes a great save. It's just an unfortunate couple of rebounds there, and they go up 1-0. But right before halftime, we would try to get back into this one. Bennett is going to hit Telford. We get an extremely lucky deflection back, and we equalize. So the luck sort of evened out there. Crystal Palace's first goal, very lucky with the bounces. Our first goal, very lucky with the bounces. But Telford adds another one, and we would tie this one up. With about 15 minutes remaining, we would come forward looking to grab the lead. Marsh would play it outside to Richards. Richards is coming forward. He hits Telford, and Telford's going to lay this one off to Marsh, who gives it back, and Telford, it's the back of the net. Once again, he finds a goal when we need it, and we win 2-1 over Crystal Palace. Pick up a nice win there over a pretty poor side. So 5 games in, we have 4 wins and 1 draw. We are sitting tied for first with Chelsea and Manchester United, but it is extremely early in the league, so we'll have to see as we keep playing how the league shakes out, who is the top teams in the league, and who we're going to have to compete with for that Premier League title this season. We are targeting the Premier League title once again, although I do want to do fairly well in the Champions League, and this also might be the year that we try to be a little bit more competitive in the cups. But that's going to be it for this episode of the Newport County Road to Glory Career Mode. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys soon with a new episode.